I can hear you. Oh. Hmm. I'm going to the stream now. Oh, nice. Hi, everyone. Uh, Joshua's having a little bit of audio problems. His voice is not coming through on the stream for some reason. So, I guess I'm your new host now. Hello. This is an unfortunate set of events that has gone down. Maybe maybe you should try like restarting the stream. He is currently reconnecting the microphone. I suppose I can live with my name being Joshua. Yes, that's right. It could be a worse name. My name could be Kirby, which it is. He is currently attempting a new USB port. So Entelodonts. Well, what's the deal with them? Am I right, guys? They're like pigs, but not pigs at all. Uh, that's all I have to say about them. Why are they always reconstructed as hairless? There's a question. Everybody in the chat, tell me your answer. Why do you think entelodons were either hairy or completely naked?
Maybe it's now working. I opened an additional audio channel on OBS. Please, guys in the stream, let me know. Oh, maybe I'm a little bit loud if I come through. At least I have a green bar now here. I was talking, I think.
Oh, someone.
Oops. Yeah, it's working. I don't know why it was turned
Yes, we
off.
should get on.
Yep, it's apparently working. Okay, let's make myself a little bit quieter. Okay, people, if you can hear me, not only Zach, then type ye into the chat. Yee! Good, good, nice. So I think we can start. Kirby, are you still there? Oh,
I'm here.
Okay.
My phone went off for a second. I'm here.
Okay. So people of the stream, let me know what style and what subject we could start with. And I just saw that Tuart is in the voice chat too, so we might unmute him as well. Hello. Is it not working? Oh, he muted himself. I think he muted himself.
I think he has muted himself.
Yeah, yeah, apparently. Silent watcher.
We got Cubist.
Cubist. So cubism. That could be
We were
interesting.
just talking about entelodonts, so you could do a Cubist entelodont.
That could be indeed quite nice. I have here a extremely thick book about painting.
Mm,
How thick is it? I think more than 1,000 pages or something. And I
that's
will.
pretty thick.
Yep. I will. I think it's one of the heaviest books we have at home here. Let me quickly look up some cubism.
Mm.
Oh, there's Dali, but that would be surreal.
I'm gonna go in MS Paint right now and draw a feathered entelodont.
Do it.
Oh. Give it a little smile. It's
Smiling
weird jaw.
entelodons are too rare these days.
Yeah.
Uh,
I read something interesting about Basilosaurus, but I read it on Wikipedia with a thing beside it that said citation needed. So
oh.
be careful. Everyone take this with an extreme grain of salt. But let me actually go to Wikipedia right now so I don't misquote this thing that's probably a misquote in and of itself. But it was about the movement of Basilosaurus. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, Philip D. Gingrich. He theorized that Basilosaurus moved in an anguilliform fashion,
Oh.
which means that unlike a vertical plane instead of like the horizontal plane that most anguilliforms move in. So it's basically moving like an eel, moving its entire body instead of just the end of it, as opposed to other animals like Dorodon, which are able to move in a three-dimensional plane instead of a two-dimensional vertical one. I'm just reading what's on Wikipedia. Don't quote me on this.
Strange.
Yeah, it seems really weird. I looked up Philip Gingrich's work, and so far I have not found anything about. He definitely has written about Basilosaurus several times, but I have yet to find anything about like it's this type of locomotion that he is prescribing. But it's interesting to think about.
That for sure.
Mm.
Okay. Now drawing cubistic entelodont.
Nice, good. I'm still working on my feathered one. I'm doing it on MS Paint with my finger, so don't expect anything great. It is going to have the full-on primary secondaries,
Nice.
as entelodonts are like to have.
Also in the anatomically correct positions on the hand.
Yes, yes, they're projecting from the second finger.
Okay.
Give it some good old rectrices. And of course, I'm going to color it like a macaw. Because entelodonts were probably incredibly flamboyant.
Indeed.
When I first started doing digital paleo art, I think you can still find it if you look through the scraps on my DeviantArt, but please don't, because you'll also see all of my horrible anime stuff from high school. Um, but when I first started doing paleo art uh, digitally, I honest to God tried using MS Paint for everything. I gave it a good go with MS Paint, and I got like I think three drawings. One of like Eoraptor and Ceratosaurus and Ornitholestes. And for MS Paint, they were all right, but they suck. So there's the story of me starting out as a digital artist. How far I have come.
Indeed.
Entelodont has a Rampotheca.
Of course.
Everyone knows that. First thing you learn in paleontology school. Give it some beautiful images.
Hmm.
Add a splash of blue here. Oh yeah. All right, this is beautiful. I'm gonna post this in Discord now. Save it real quick. File name most accurate Entelodont ever. Good. Now, as I'm warned to do, I'm going to post it to something on Messenger, then I'm going to download it and put it on my phone and then put it on Discord because for some reason I can't log on to Discord with my computer.
Strange.
Oh, that's looking good, Joshua. I just took a look.
Yeah, and usually I would do this in several steps, making it more stylized with each drawing, but this is coming now out of the stomach.
Yeah. There's only so much that you can do in a stream in
Yeah.
terms of creativity because the pressure's on. Everyone's watching.
Indeed.
Where is this Entelodon picture? I've been going back and forth on pronouncing it Entelodont and Entelodont, and I'm sorry for my inconsistent accent.
Did you know that Triceratops is actually pronounced Triceratops?
Ooh. I heard from Brian Ford that that is the case.
Yeah, yeah, and he must know it, you know, because he's
Yeah.
smart and
The most intelligent person ever.
yeah.
Where did I save it? Okay, here it is. All right. It will be on Discord in just a few moments, people. It's so beautiful. I'm so proud of it.
Where have you put it?
I put it in Discord just now.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Let's share it on stream.
Yes, please. It's
Yeah.
it's gorgeous.
It's mwah. It makes me cry in
Yeah.
tears of joy.
Not only is it the best thing that anyone's ever drawn in MS Paint, but it is the best thing that anyone has ever drawn. Period.
That's definitely the case.
I love it. Very good.
Oh,
Belongs in a
by the way,
museum.
welcome to the stream, Gareth.
Welcome to the stream, Garrus.
Yep. And John, too.
And John, too.
Okay, I think I'm basically finished.
Well, I mean, it's good, but it needs more feathers.
I know. It's nothing compared to yours. I feel
Oh,
ashamed that I even
yeah,
try.
you shouldn't compare yourself to me. I have seconds of experience under my hands. I do like that half of his face seems to be a little bit of a muscle study-ish kind of thing going on.
Yeah, it works surprisingly well.
Mhm.
Of course,
I would advise. Oh,
of
go
course,
ahead.
it's quite extreme for the
Hmm.
first sketch already.
Well, that's good. Hop in full force.
Yeah,
Uh,
probably.
I would suggest, since you seem to be putting the finishing touches on this, that everyone in chat go ahead and say what artistic style you'd like to experiment with next.
Yeah, and what subject you would like to see in that
Yeah.
style.
I personally would like to see something impressionistic at some point in this stream.
That's totally possible.
Hmm.
I also thought about making something in Art Nouveau.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Conway has a good Art Nouveau paleo art.
yep. Or what else was on my mind? I can't remember now.
Of course, Art Deco paleo art would be interesting too, but it would also be very difficult to do offhand on a stream, it seems.
Yeah, it's Art Deco is basically the industrial version of Art
Hmm.
Nouveau,
Yeah.
and that's often much more graphical.
Yeah. Speaking of, by this time next year, I should be starting art school, and I'm very excited for that.
Nice.
It's going to be great. I spent my community college years working on both an associate's in arts and associate's in science while I was trying to pick which one I wanted to do. And I think I'd rather go for an art degree.
Yeah, that was for me also always a question. Should I do art with science or science with art? It's
Yeah, it's something I notice a lot of paleo artists struggle with when trying to figure out
yeah.
what they want to go for.
And some people are just doing still science after they already did art.
Mhm.
So that's also interesting.
Yeah.
Oliver Demuth
Beth
is,
Wendell.
or that too. Yeah. Oliver Demuth is currently beginning to study paleontology after
Mm.
studying design, and so
Well, we'll see after art school how much debt I've racked up before I make a decision like that. Because, U.S. education system.
John, I have seen your vampires on Discord, but I had no time yet to study the text in detail. But it looks interesting so far. Surrealistic Styracosaurus. Ooh.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
Somebody did some type of dromaeosaur in a Salvador Dali type style that I really liked, but I can't remember who. I'm sure if I Google surrealist paleo art, it'll come up.
There isn't much.
Yeah.
so far. So the
I can see that.
chances are yeah, not bad. Um,
Mhm.
Also, something I would like to try is expressionistic um, stuff in
Mhm.
something like Der Blaue Reiter. That was an German expressionistic group. Franz Marc was one of them. Who else? Macke. Some
I
very
think
cool
that
stuff.
paleo art has a lot of good surrealist value to it.
I think as
I feel
well.
like there's a lot that you can do with
Yeah,
surrealism in paleo art.
yeah. I think many subjects bring already a certain degree of surrealism with them,
Hmm.
so there is often not so much to do.
Right.
Yeah, especially in pterosaurs or
Oh yeah. Postman does I think, a good job making a surrealist looking
yeah,
paleo art.
yeah.
And Barlow as well did some
Without
very,
actually doing much.
yeah. Barlow used more color in ways that would be surrealist.
Hmm.
Like he would have something that would be depicted that's fairly realistic. One that I'm uh, thinking of specifically is his Quetzalcoatlus and Maiasaura painting,
Yeah,
where the subjects themselves are fairly realistic, but the colors that he chose to use were
yeah.
very surrealist.
That for sure. Okay, let's try a Styracosaurus.
Alrighty, good.
Uh, let's see. Skeleton.
But yeah, I think most of the reason why I chose art school over a proper science degree is that there are plenty of other artistic things that I'm interested in besides strictly paleo art and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That I feel like I get good value out of doing. I have a comic series that I've been working on for a little while in the shadows, along with paleo art. And I feel like if I do something art degree related, I won't have this feeling of guilt that I usually feel whenever I'm doing something that's not paleo art.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, I can just do whatever, and people will like it or hate it.
Let's see.
Are you familiar at all with Macaracetus?
The what?
Macaracetus.
I
It's a obscure fossil stem whale that I learned about just I can't remember where I heard about it before. I think I was just browsing around online, but
hmm.
I saw it, and not very many people have depicted it. But it's a really strange looking animal. It's sort of it probably had a body shape similar to Ambulocetus. All we really have is the maxilla, but it has a really weird skull shape that is indicative of possibly a trunk or some type of mobile lip type thing.
Ah,
Really interesting
that
animal.
sounds familiar.
Yeah. Not very many people have depicted it, and fewer people have depicted it well.
Yeah, that's often the case,
But
unfortunately.
I think Don't Know What to Draw and Alphanix on Tumblr have the best reconstructions of it.
Hmm.
This is interesting. I like what you've got going on right now.
Yeah, I'm not so sure yet about this, but
it is surreal and it is a little bit spooky.
yeah.
Dragon Knight just posted a really nice surrealist Styracosaur in the Discord, and it
um,
is pretty cool, I must say.
it could also be the Jurassic World Sinoceratops, actually.
Oh yeah, because it's got the holes in the head.
Nice.
Like all good ceratopsians.
It
It has
reminds
a
me a
hole
little
right in
bit
its
of
head.
um,
It is sinus.
it reminds me of some monsters from God, Steven Universe.
Oh, it does. It does kind of look like the Steven Universe monsters.
Yeah.
I need to watch more Steven Universe. I'm behind. I watched it a lot with my ex, and then every time I tried to watch it afterwards, I kept thinking of her, and then I didn't want to watch. But it's time for me to say screw it. I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Do it. I think I will give mine holes in its thrill too,
Good.
just for the lols.
I like the kind of drippy nature of its horns.
Yeah. The elbows look a little bit like Barlow now.
Hmm.
Or like
I must
Jason.
say, seeing something like Styracosaurus with more slender legs that make it seem as though it can move faster than it actually could is pretty terrifying.
Yeah. Huh. I think I will make it.
The animal.
I think I will make it nearly pitch black
Good.
and let's see.
I'd say pitch black with like a really nice like lighting highlights on it, like
Yeah,
Dolly used to
yeah.
do in her paintings. Yeah.
To make it to make it look a little like
It's
amphibian
it's made out
skin.
of some. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. The piece I've been working on for the past little bit is just of two concatenators, and the composition and the colors of it are very much inspired by a painting by Claude Monet.
Ah, yeah,
I can't remember the name of his painting, but it's one of the ones with the trees that
yeah. One of his
zigzag into
garden.
higher points. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I stood before
The
one.
river in Epti is the name of it.
Yeah, I stood before one of the originals in New York, and
Ooh,
it blew me away by its colors and size. I think it was 8 meters long or something.
oh my,
Yeah,
that's incredible.
and I think
I
it
had
was
no.
one of his later works because maybe you know that, but
Mhm.
he lost a good part of his eyesight
Mhm.
later in his life, and so that affected very much the choice of his colors because
Yes,
he
I can see that.
yeah.
May I offer a idea or
Sure.
a suggestion to this? What if you made the eye hole also all the way through, like a hole in the head?
Yeah, that could been interesting indeed.
Yeah.
That would look even more like Barlow.
Hmm. Yeah, he did quite like to do that a lot.
Yeah, I think he still likes to do that, to leave space open when you look at his
Hmm.
um, Pacific Rim creatures
Hmm.
with his holes in the elbow and so on.
Yeah. I understood what the content of the book that he's working on right now is, and I'm still excited for it because it's another Barlow book. Of course, I'm excited, but I originally thought that the concept of the book was wildlife in hell.
Ah, okay. I don't even know
Yeah,
what he's working on at the moment.
it's it's hard to explain. It seems to be some type of anthropic narrative about a warrior that lives in hell.
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
So he definitely continues the Hell series.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I know that for a while he did a couple paintings that were supposed to be a sequel to Expedition, but I doubt that he plans on finishing that.
It would be glorious.
It would be quite nice.
Yeah.
Although, if he did another Expedition, I think I would rather see him do a completely new planet than build on Darwin 4 more.
I'm not sure about that. I have the feeling that Darwin 4 has still so much potential. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy either way.
yeah, yeah.
I would just like to see him really flex his creative muscles with another ecosystem. Although it is quite difficult to not only design one alien landscape with a bunch of rules, but to design two.
Yeah, yeah.
And he already has Expedition with quite a few interesting ideas in it.
I haven't yet got my hands on one of his Hell books, I must confess. At some point I still want to get there, but there's always something more important, or, or the prices are too high. Okay, now some highlights. I think I will make yeah, I will use pink for that.
Did I just talk for a while without any of it coming through?
Yes, apparently.
No, I was answering one UC's question in the chat about Expedition versus Alien Planet. Have you seen both?
I have seen both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I think both of us will probably agree that Expedition is superior,
Yep. In many
but
ways.
in many, many ways. But there are a couple things that I appreciate in Alien Planet.
Yeah.
Um, I think that they did a very good job keeping the tone of the original book intact, even if it was a completely different story being told.
That's true.
Uh, I think the music for it was quite nice. The sound design, for the most part, was very good.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I would have minimized the comments of the experts, for
oh
example.
yes, oh of course. That completely killed the pacing of it.
Yeah. Also, that when you watch it online or on DVD, I have the DVD. It's so clear that it's an documentary made for TV, because you can see, okay, at this point an advertisement would come, or
Yes, yeah.
and that makes it very hard to enjoy at a few points,
Yes, quite. Um,
because there are sometimes just okay, now let's talk about this again, because we had a 10 minutes ad break. And
mhm. Yeah, I have two copies of the DVD.
oh,
I don't know how I ended up with two, but I
oh,
have two. So if anybody wants one, hit me up, I guess. Um, I think it's sometimes funny comparing some of the animals from Expedition with Alien Planet. I think the funniest comparison to be made is with the trunk sucker and the dagger wrist, because it says specifically in Expedition that once a trunk sucker has attached itself to a plaquebark tree, it is impossible to remove. And in Alien Planet, a dagger wrist just flies up and just in one
yeah,
fell swoop
yeah,
scrapes right off a tree.
yeah.
Just slaps it right off like it's no problem. But uh I think just because there's so little in terms of TV specials that involve speculative evolution and world building like that, that I would recommend uh Alien Planet, but only as like a side thing to Expedition.
Yep.
I think it's imperative that you experience Expedition.
Yeah, I
Some
first knew Alien Planet, and very years later learned that, oh, there's actually
Mhm.
a book to
I had the
this.
same experience,
Yeah,
and it blew my mind. I was so excited.
yeah,
As soon as I learned it, I like ordered my copy off Amazon, and then
yeah. Especially
I
because
just like
all
that was
these expert in Alien Planet, and then there's Wayne Barlow between them, and I was always like, who is that guy actually?
yeah,
And he's the creator of this all.
yeah,
It's so
and
strange.
yeah. When I figured it out, I just like it blew my mind. I was like, this is the best thing ever because I absolutely loved Alien Planet when it came out. It was like one of
Yeah,
my favorite things. And when I figured out there was a book, that was around the time that that was like in 2010 or 11 when I was first starting to like have internet access in where I lived. And it just blew me away. And I was like, I got to order this book. And then I like waited in anticipation for it to arrive. And the same thing happened when I figured out that Afterman was a thing.
oh,
I was like, yeah, that the Expedition and Afterman are like the two most excited that I've ever been for anything in my entire life.
oha. It wasn't so strong in my case, but it was
Well,
very exciting. We had Afterman in the library back in the day, and I still have no copy of it
mhm.
because it's so damn expensive over here to get. But once in a while, I borrow it from the library and go through it again.
Yeah. One of the other things that I was most excited for in my life that turned out, even though I did enjoy it, to be overall more disappointing than I was hoping for, was Dynatasia, or as it's known It's so dumb. I mean, I like it for first of all, but what I'm saying is dumb is the marketing of it because it was released by Discovery Channel as Dinosaur Revolution in the United States,
Yep.
but you cannot buy a copy of Dinosaur Revolution from any like United States source. There's no version of it that plays on our region. The only thing that you can get if you're from the U.S. is like a film that mashes together the best parts of it, narrated by Warner Holtz. That's called Dinotasia.
Strange.
Yeah, and I was so excited, and it came in, and I put it in, thinking it was going to be this big Walking with Dinosaurs like series. The
Yeah.
the next Planet Dinosaur.
It,
I put it in, and it was like a little disappointing. I still like Dinosaur Revolution, but I wasn't very happy with it when I first got it.
yeah.
It took some
That's
warming up too.
understandable.
Mhm.
I think I'm
Oh,
finished.
I like it quite a bit. It's pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
It's as true surrealist art is want to be.
I hope so. Well, it's often that when we talk about surrealism, we only think about stuff that Dali did or similar stuff, but surrealism actually goes far beyond that. That's basically early surrealism. Well,
John in the chat mentioned the mermaid
oh
documentary,
God.
and he wants to know if it's something that he should watch as a piece of decent mammalian speculation.
I would watch it if you want to have unintentional comedy.
Yeah, if you, it's it's quite bad. It is quite awful, both it and the sequel.
There is a
Um,
sequel?
yes, there's a sequel, and it all it is like a talk show, like a radio talk show interview where they just sit in the room and talk about the first film under the context that it like really happened, and the government tried to
Oh.
shut him down and stuff.
Yeah, oh yes, I remember there was this overarching
Yeah,
narrative
it was like
that
something.
people found pieces of a body and then they began thinking, oh, and if this really a
Hmm.
mermaid, how did it happen? And
Hmm.
oh God.
I would recommend if you wanted to watch like a kind of pseudo documentary, like exploring a speculative animal, like a body of it found. Watch the Dragons documentary.
Yep.
That
Yep.
yeah, it's much better.
That's true.
I don't know what the full name of it is. The copy that I own on DVD is called Dragons: A Fantasy
Yeah.
Made Real. The best thing about Dragons is that it doesn't try to pretend as though it's a real thing and manipulate the audience into thinking that this is something that was supposed to
Yeah,
happen.
at least not in that extent in that mermaid the body found
Hmm.
did it. Uh,
Mermaids, the body found reminds me more of lost tapes than anything.
yeah,
Okay, it's called The Last Dragon, but it's also known as Dragons: A Fantasy Made Real.
yeah. It depends. Um, I think the American and the British title vary a little
Hmm.
bit, but it's definitely much better.
Yeah,
And
it goes to the
I would love
evolutionary
to
history.
at some point have the guys that made that come to me and say, should we do this with your dragons?
Uh, yes. If you guys are listening, which I'm sure you are, I know that executive producer John Smithson and David McNabb watch all of our streams. They're our
That
biggest
they
fans.
have to.
Yeah.
How should they come up with new documentaries? No?
Right, right.
Yeah.
So, just approach our pal Joshua here. Make this documentary. It'll be the best thing ever made.
Probably.
Let's see. Let's see. There's. I'm trying to recall all of the speculative documentaries that are out. Of course, there's The Future is Wild.
Yeah.
There's the really weird, terrifying claymation Afterman from Japan,
Oh yes, yes.
which I actually quite like, even though it is horrifying.
Yeah, I like the animation sequences quite a bit.
Yeah,
It has a weird charm to it.
yeah, a kind of weird, like creepy in a sort of way.
Yeah, yeah, like
Yeah.
everything the Japanese do.
Yeah, the scene where the Night Stalker attacks one of the
Oh
I can't
yeah,
remember what the name of the big
yeah,
rabbit name, but that was horrifying.
these predatory apes.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
was scary.
these are very cool too. Okay, guys, let
What's
me know what title you would like to see. What what style you would like to see next with what subject.
To be fair, the original Afterman book was also kind of, in a way, a little bit creepy and weird, but
Yeah,
in a charming way.
yeah, that's true. Stephen Hawking's Alien documentary. I haven't seen that, I think.
Oh, I haven't seen it either.
I
The cute
remember
anime
this
comic.
Alien documentary with Aurelia and Blue Moon. These two alien worlds that
Oh, yes, I saw that as well.
yeah. And I
Wasn't that
really I think
Forest?
Blue Moon wasn't that interesting to me. Much more interesting to me was actually Aurelia, and that had much less screen time.
Yeah, it was quite unfortunate.
Yeah. For example, these trees there, this red forest with these trees that open and close.
Yeah,
They
that's the
actually
Heart
built
Forest,
that.
right?
They
Oh, they did?
yeah, they built I think several dozens of these trees.
Wow,
Yeah, and
that's incredible.
also the swamp around surrounding it. That's why it looks so nice. All of or at least most of Blue Moon, I think, is CGI, but the environment in on Aurelia is actually
Hmm.
it's quite nice, and these are good models, I think.
Hmm. I think the name of that documentary is Extraterrestrial,
That's possible.
I think.
Yeah.
Natural History of an Alien. That sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've seen it. Okay, yeah, I did. Okay, I've seen Natural History of an Alien. That's a good one, I think.
Cute anime compy.
I don't think that's what we're looking for in terms of different art styles.
Oh well, it is a different art style, but maybe later.
Maybe that'll be on like the Patreon exclusive chat.
Yeah, impressionistic oviraptor. Expressionistic giraffe titan. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to
Um,
do something expressionistic for because it has such a unique silhouette.
yeah. Let's see something in my big book here.
It's a great big book of everything.
Great big book of every art
Every art ever made.
ever
Every time a
made,
new paint is done,
even in the
a new page
future.
of the book is formed.
Oh, that's very disturbing. What I just looked at.
Oh,
Flip,
I'm sorry.
flip.
But yeah, Natural History of an Alien is pretty good
There are
from
too
what I
many
remember.
pages in this.
Apparently, there was a Future is Wild cartoon.
Oh yes, yes.
I've heard about it, but I've
Unfortunately,
never dared to watch it, and I don't.
Hoopla.
I think I never will.
Oh god, that alien sound was my smartphone. I have to look at the cat soon.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the only way that I would ever watch the Future is Wild cartoon is inebriated with some fellow spec fans and enthusiasts, maybe on a live stream or something, just to make fun of it. The Future is Wild manga looks cool.
There is one?
Yes, Japan is quite infatuated with Afterman and the Future is Wild.
Yeah, yeah. I noticed that Japan in general has lots of love for
Hmm.
speculative evolution.
I was disappointed when I got my copies of Green of both volumes of Green World because it's a lot less pictures and a lot more words that I can't read. I also own Damien Les Animaux de Futur, which is a French speculative zoology book that is quite nice.
Oh,
And
that
I
one.
also
Yeah, yeah. I own that too. I got it just after release. Quite
I wish I
interesting
could.
stuff in there.
There's been rumors on and off of an English release of it eventually. I don't know if it'll ever happen. Oh no, I just remembered another speculative zoology documentary, and it's not a good one. It's the Megalodon one.
Oh god.
I
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
I
think it's the
remember that
only
too.
how could they ever make something that was worse than the Mermaids documentary is what I want to know. I think it's impressive just in the fact that it's they made
So
something
bad,
even
yeah.
worse than Mermaid. I also remember Lost Tapes, which is just ridiculous. And so many people believe that Lost Tapes is real, even though at the beginning and end of the show they credit the actors and they say that it's a speculative piece of storytelling that's like, what if these things were real?
Yeah. Well, people are stupid.
Yeah. To be fair, the Mermaid documentary also was like, hey, this actually isn't real. This is just like a thing. And here are the actors that played in it. And you can go look them up and find their actual credentials and see that they're not. But still, both of them are portrayed dishonestly enough that I feel like Animal Planet should have, or at least the people making it should have known better in an age where the public will read a news article and believe its conclusion without looking any further into it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bad idea to do stuff like that because I know a lot of people that believe that both those documentaries are real.
Oh god. Mm.
Is there a manga of speculative monster girls? Because I don't know if I want to live if I figure out that that's true. So be careful how you answer.
I think I know the answer.
Oh no, I'm looking it up. A monster girl flesh. Now that's what I've been wanting my entire life.
Totally. We thought we had everything, but
Hmm.
then Japan invented hentai.
Yeah, thanks Japan. Well, I found like my girlfriend is a T-Rex, T-Dash Rex.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I see that.
One of my all-time favorites.
There was a manga. I think it was called the uh, Gates of Eden or something. Uh, I don't know, but it's about like a bunch of kids that wash up on this island that has a bunch of Cenozoic animals in it. It's got like Ambulocetus and Gastornis and some really obscure stuff. And
Hmm.
the only other person I've ever met that's read it is Tristan, and he said that it's all right, but it can be incredibly sexist at points.
That's not surprising.
No, who would have guessed a manga that is sexist?
No way.
Such an interesting concept, never heard of before.
Uh,
Joshua, do you watch much in terms of cartoons and animated mediums? Not just like anime, but just in general.
not really. But
Mhm.
these days, mostly because I don't watch much anyway. So
Yeah. I'm very I've gotten to the point used to I watched like a lot of everything, but now I've gotten to the point where my tastes have become so refined that I like will be really, really picky about anything that I watch.
yeah, I think it has to happen.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you do nothing else but consume.
Hmm. I have been watching a lot more films recently, though. I watched through all of Edgar Wright's films, and
Oh.
last film I watched was The Lobster, which was hilarious, and I recommend it. I have not seen Avengers Infinity War. I haven't seen any Marvel movie, and I probably never will.
I haven't seen Infinity War either. I'm not sure if I will watch it in cinema at all.
I've
Uh,
seen a handful of superhero movies. I've seen one Marvel movie. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy.
no, that's a good one, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty good for a superhero movie. It was quite good.
Yeah, and well, it's entertaining.
Yeah, it's fun. I can appreciate movies that are just dumb fun as long as they know what they are.
Yeah, that don't take themselves too seriously.
Man of Steel, for example.
Yes. I didn't want to say it, but yes.
So my plan with this concavinator drawing that I've been working on is I'm going to go ahead and get all the base coats done, and it's going to look not like hyper realistic or anything because my artwork has never been hyper realistic, but it's going to look more in tune with my previous paintings. And then after that, I am going to go on top of it with another layer, and I'm going to try to be a little bit more impressionistic with it.
Nice.
I'll get it down to an interesting looking thing. I suppose in the spirit of the stream, I'll post my work in progress of it in the Discord.
Do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, I should have a look at the Discord
Mhm.
chat.
Here
Ooh,
we
there
go.
is a little bit.
My
Let's see. Oh, Chubot did something. That looks interesting.
let me see.
A very
Oh yeah,
a plant Styracosaurus.
that is pretty neat.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
I was looking for through Zednik Burian's Life Before Man book, and I think honestly it's probably one of the best paleo art books out there.
Yeah, still.
Yeah,
There's
it's
also
something that like,
yeah, go ahead.
oh okay, it's something that I would like to make like a revised version of one day. Like sort of how Mark Whitten did with it, or is currently doing with Charles R. Knight's Life Through the Ages, going through and making his own Life Through the Ages using similar concepts from Charles R. Knight. I'd like to make
Oh
a
yeah.
Zednik tribute book like that eventually.
I still want to get Charles R. Knight monography here. Charles R. Knight's Artist Who Looked Through Time.
Oh yes.
But apparently it's no longer available.
Oh no.
Yep.
It all comes tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. Excuse my singing. All right, I'm posting my crap in the Discord. Not my painting, my literal crap.
Like in that video on Facebook with a girl that was pooping in a shop.
Oh, that's nice.
Have you seen
That's
that?
what I like to see whenever I get on Facebook. I have not, and I think I'm okay with not seeing it.
Yeah, yeah. You probably are better off without it.
I I think I'll be okay.
It's like damn, and she's so angry because of something, and throws stuff around, and then she just drops her pants and shits directly beside the corner and a counter, and
Well, at least she had the decency to go into the corner to do it.
not the corner. This is a counter.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's much
um
worse.
and then she picks it up and throws it at the it's a guy is
As
behind the
you
corner.
as you do, as you tend to do.
Yeah, I like to do that too. You know, it's
It's
relaxing.
it's relaxing. It's also a good
Yeah,
display of dominance.
yeah, yeah. That's the best way to get
Yeah.
good customer service. You know, it's
Yeah, you pick up a lot of good a lot of good customs when you
yeah,
visit chimpanzees at the zoo
yeah,
and
yeah. I
repeat
think
what
it
they do.
was Darren who wrote under that video. Oh look, we are definitely not primates. No primate would ever do that.
Oh man, I think now I'm just sad that Darren Naish had to see that.
A little.
I haven't been on Facebook in so long. Oh, I have so many notifications. No. Oh man, it's like 99 plus.
Oh, ha.
It's mostly because most of it is fresh paleo meme stuff because I'm still an admin for fresh paleo memes, even though I haven't contributed to the site in years.
Shame.
Yeah, I should either start making paleo memes or I should just
Yeah, probably.
leave the site so I don't have to deal with all these notifications.
Yeah, maybe I should be grateful that I'm not an admin of fresh paleo memes, or
Yeah,
that I'm not good at doing memes.
it's a it's an acquired talent. I made like a few that I was proud of, and then I was like, I'm not gonna do anymore. I don't have I don't have the quick wit to produce a constant stream of funny things.
Yeah,
It's more like,
there are very few who can do that.
yeah,
Maybe I could if I wanted to, but
maybe. I think you've got it what it takes.
uh,
But then again, I thought that I had what it took too, and I
yeah,
didn't.
yeah. Everyone thinks he has what it takes, but
Yeah.
I'm basing this painting here on another painting by Franz Marc.
Mhm.
Blue horses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, quite nice, quite nice. I just took a look at it.
Yeah, I think it works surprisingly well so far.
Colors are hard.
Yep.
Just painting in general. Sometimes I'll start a painting and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna use completely 100% my own colors this time. I'm not gonna borrow from any compositions of other paintings that have like a similar tone to mine. I'm gonna do it myself and it's gonna look great. And then I'll do it and it'll look horrible. Or not horrible, but not as good as I'd want it to.
That's
So then
rarely
I,
the case.
yeah,
It's rarely really that I take a step back and think, oh yes, that's totally what I have envisioned.
yeah. So yeah, I will
Well,
freely
but
admit
on the
that.
other side, well, that makes you keep going.
Yeah, it does. It does. Pushes you to succeed.
Yep.
I forgot. Did I post my concavenator? I
Yep,
think I
you
did, but
did.
it's not
You
showing up on
did.
the screen.
You did.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw a detail on that in chat. I think yesterday.
Mhm.
Nice.
I'm not. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the humps the same shape
Ah,
because
okay.
I believe Henry Sharp wrote a little bit about how he thinks that the instead of like two separate humps, it would have been like one solid one
Yeah, I might agree on
starting from
that as
the
well.
surface. That would look more natural.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, audio is a little bit choppy.
Oh man. It's horrible. Trying to figure out what creodonts are.
Oh, hi.
I think at this point we are fairly certain that hyenodonts are at least Laurasiatherians and perhaps Ferae, which would make them sisters to Carnivora. I don't know where pangolins or Foliodata fit into that, but it's messy. And then Creodana may be a polyphyletic wastebasket taxon as well.
I wouldn't be surprised, considering how old this name is. And how much we learned in the meantime.
I felt as though Compsognathidae may represent a slew of different types of Tetanurae that may not all be Silurisaurian and may not all be distinctly related with one another. I believe Andrea Chow also has made that point.
Yeah, I heard that before a few times, I think. Compsognaths are still mysterious in many ways.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm finished. Okay, guys, let me know. Oh,
Showing up on my screen is
I'm still yes. It happens to me every time.
Oh, I'm
100 lashes for me. Not again. Not again.
It's all right. No one here is perfect.
Don't pretend to be not salty. Okay, now it should be back to normal, and
you know what
all
I've
see what crap I produced, and you can already go ahead. Oh.
I can see it now. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it looks really good.
Yeah, and you all can now go ahead and shit on it and post more ideas what we could do.
Ooh, horrible, worst painting ever.
Yeah, definitely.
Just kidding. If I may suggest, I'd like to see something impressionistic, but I don't know what. You know what I've checked even less often than my Facebook? My DeviantArt.
Oh, hi.
Oh no. I haven't checked it in almost a year. Oh, there's a lot of people wishing me happy birthday.
Aww.
And it's all on March 11th, and my birthday is March the 12th. Oh, I feel bad. Now I have so much stuff to respond to that I'll never do it. I should just issue an apology letter. Ugh.
Oh, hi.
It says, "Hey, I'm sorry. I'm a piece of crap. I never check any notifications anywhere." Impressionistic Microraptor. There's an idea. How about a woolly mammoth or woolly rhino with its coat drawn in a similar style to how GSP does plumage on feathered dinosaurs?
That would be weird.
It would be weird.
And I think you already did that with your Entelodon.
Oh yes, I quite did. No, I put way too many feathers on it for a GSP thing.
Yeah, that's true.
If I did a GSP, it'd be like clinging to a.
Zach, I just finished this expressionistic Gareffa Titan, and now we are looking for something new.
Mhm. Let's see. What are some more options? We got Impressionism, we got Art Nouveau.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm just Googling art styles. Pop art? That'd be interesting.
That's true, but it's
Mhm.
often very graphical,
Yeah, that is right.
which makes it a little bit difficult. Uh,
I would I would say
um, Paleosaurians. That's a very very cool idea. Um,
draw it and then download a scale texture and copy paste it over.
but I feel like I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it might be.
Art
Let's not
Deco
stir the
Iguanodon.
beehive.
Let's do an Art Nouveau Iguanodon. Art Deco is difficult because it's often very very rigid and graphical and straight lines and so on, and that's difficult.
Yeah.
Usually,
I would say
but
abstract, but all of this has been abstract, and in a sense, all art is
yes,
abstract.
yes.
So that's
Um,
kind of a non sequitur.
let's see. In then there's some extremely nice book about Art Nouveau sculpture that I saw, I
Mhm.
think, last year in a shop, a
Mhm.
bookshop in a museum. It was
Yep.
so unbelievable nice sculptures in there, and I wanted to buy it, but I think
Mhm.
it was $50 or something.
No, you could try abstract expressionism,
That would be also possible.
just a more extreme version of what you just did.
That's true. Let's see a good Art Nouveau.
Oh man, have you seen the painting Shades of Water? I don't know who did it. Let me see. Shades of Water. Who did it? I don't know. Hold on.
Mhm.
I found it on our website, but I saw it and I immediately thought of like an interesting idea for like a deep sea painting with like ichthyosaurs
Oh,
with the black silhouettes and like yellow lighting their eyes. Richard Aldrich, I think, did it.
uh, let's see. And now Iguanodon. Um, Graffiti Giraffa Titan. Oh,
Graffiti.
Graffiti Titan.
Hey, it's
I
unfortunate that we've
just hate
already
it.
done one Giraffe Titan in this stream because we missed out on a pun now.
Yeah. Damn, all this pun potential. We wasted it.
I feel like abstract expressionism is probably one of the least understood by the public forms of art. It's the one that people look at and are like, "Oh, this is pretentious garbage that a baby could do."
Yeah. And of course, a baby could do it, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
As
I saw this one video on YouTube that ticked me off. It was like, who did this? A toddler or a professional artist? And it would like show it and then make you guess. And every time it was a professional artist, I could tell because of the colors they were using. And every time it was a toddler, it was just like obvious that they took like cheap acrylic paint, like red, yellow, and blue.
yeah.
Like,
God, I hate this this video by Praga U.
Oh, yeah. I
Uh,
know exactly the one that you're talking
it
about.
throws me off every time I see that shared on Facebook, and I can't do anything about it, but I have to comment under it with, please, please reconsider your
Please.
knowledge about art and stuff like that. And
Yeah, it's.
especially because 90% of what that strange guy there says is basically criticism of the art market, but not of the art.
Yes.
And,
It also like takes paintings at face value and doesn't look at all about the intent or the history behind the
yeah,
painting. Like a lot of people criticize that one painting that I forget who did it or what it's called, but it's just like a black canvas.
yeah, that's
And
the Black Square by Kazimir Malevich.
mhm. And like the entire point of the painting is to be like pushing the boundaries of what can be considered art. Like it's supposed to be something that you look at and makes you question whether it's art or not.
Yeah, in many ways.
Yeah, it's not like a hackney, ooh, I'm gonna paint something and pretend it's deep and submit it to a museum and I'm gonna make millions of dollars. No.
Yeah, as if any artist would do art because he or she intends to make millions of dollars. That would be nice, but
Yeah.
that's usually not the case. And
Hmm.
why should we do produce ugly stuff if we not wanted it?
It's just like I think the general public has a preconceived notion that good art is supposed to be like realistic in some way.
Yeah, at least in the US,
Yeah,
I know. Not
yeah,
necessarily over
especially.
here, but over here it's often, oh well, the artist, it's the artist,
Hmm.
uh, which isn't that helpful either. But
Hmm. I just found something that could be considered paleo art that is by the name of it is Pez Dispenser by Jean Michael Basquiat,
oh,
and it's like in a modernistic style.
nice.
Pez Dispenser. It's quite nice actually. I would like to get that on a t-shirt, to be completely honest.
Hmm. Can you share it in the chat?
Yes.
Do it. Hmm.
Do 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 do. I should say that I suppose it can be considered paleo art, but I really doubt that the intent of it was to be paleo art.
Yeah.
So I will disclaim that. All right. All right. I put it in the Discord.
Hmm. Oh.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah, something in the style of Basque would be nice. I think would be an interesting thing to do.
Hmm.
I have no idea what's going on with my stream. Okay, I'm finally all right. I'm finally at the point where you're actually at.
Oh, well, it's always a little bit delayed, so.
Mm. I'm gonna do something just for fun, just for giggly feces, as they say. What animal? Eeny, meeny, miny, Tenotosaurus is fine. I just opened up my folder that has all the reference skeletals in it, and I was just pick a random one, go make something, and I saw Tenotosaurus.
That's always nice.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Hmm.
Oops, it's on the same layer as the skeletal. That's not gonna work.
Oh. Hmm. This Art Nouveau painting will probably take a little bit longer. Just
I would
because.
imagine, considering the subject matter.
Yeah.
Oh no, oh, never mind. I thought that I accidentally closed down the stream tab, but I just had it open in another window. Yashua needs to make a coloring book, says Zach Robinson Paleo Art. You would make tens of dollars.
I thought about that actually.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm not sure if I would actually be able to do that just because I hate coloring books.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel on the subject as well.
I remember back as a kid when I got coloring books, I was always very disappointed.
Yeah, I was like, what? You don't think I can draw?
Yeah, not only that, but the subjects were always so limited.
Hmm.
It's basically a slap in the face for every creativity.
Yeah.
Of course, you could be creative with the colors and so on, but
Yeah.
that ends very fast.
Hmm. What I'm doing right now is kind of weird, but I like it.
It's always good.
Yeah. Hopefully, everybody else will like it when they see it.
bet they will.
I'd like to think. It's in a bit of an abstract expressionism style.
Nice. I actually had recently, I think I mentioned that before, the idea for an all over paleo art piece, so similar to Jackson Pollock's drippings.
Oh, good, good, good.
And I would depict tracks. Tracks from above. Massive
That would be really
amounts
cool.
of them.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah, and I would do produce stamps for the different tracks and dip them into color and then just splatter them all over the place.
Yeah. I like that.
Like a stampede that walked there.
That would be good because the roughness of the dripping would sort of complement the chaotic nature of a stampede.
Yeah. I think I will try that in the near future. We have a printing workshop, so we have everything at the academy to try that.
Yeah.
In general, I
Oh,
want
the
to
thing.
go more into printing in the future.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
I did some etchings of prehistoric dragons some time ago.
I am very excited to see this book project that you have in store.
Yeah, that hopefully will
I
be
like,
something interesting.
yeah, I like that you've managed to keep most of the information about it very vague,
I
and it
try.
makes it more, yeah, it makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed when Mark Whitten brought out his recreation and Age of Reptiles, and he said, yeah, there's tons of new art in there, but I think 80%, 90% of that I had already seen on Twitter. So
Yeah. Well, most of the new art that Mark Whitten says is just a completed version of something that he's posted on Twitter.
yeah, oftentimes.
Yeah. Without saying anything for the listeners, the things that you have been posting in the secret, super secret art club, do they have to do with the book?
Yep.
Nice. Good.
But I just show you work in progress stuff there.
Yeah. Stuff to get us tantalized.
Yep. And maybe you will end up as test readers.
Ooh, nice.
I saw Alex Rice is looking for test readers for his Birin book.
Oh.
And I'm extremely pumped for that. I would really kill to become one. But he apparently looks for people who already have a little bit of experience in publishing and so on. That's not me. Not yet.
Yeah. Not quite. On our way, though, hopefully.
Yep.
why I'm just going all out with this thing that I'm doing here.
It's
I'm
good.
putting a lot more effort into it than I originally planned on.
Ah, that's often the case. You just want to do a quick drawing and then
Just a quick sketch, that's all.
3 hours
No.
later.
No strings attached. Oops. I accidentally did an entire painting.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's worth it.
Hmm.
And sometimes it's ruining the original idea. Yes, Iguanodon looks unimpressed here. That's true. Oh, and coming back to that coloring book idea, I wouldn't even know how to do it, basically. Because my style isn't usually not that linear like in this case here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now I'm just trying to make it look nice again because I've made it look bad. All right, starting fresh, new canvas.
Yeah, John, usually it's great, but sometimes it's too much.
What is he in reference to?
As an artist, I think it's important to know when it's time to stop.
Yeah.
For example, I think that Vlad don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
It looks great.
It looks great now, but maybe you should stop adding all those little details now.
Yeah.
Sometimes too much detail can ruin a painting, as weird as that sounds
Yeah. Yeah.
to people who aren't as uh who don't study art as much.
Yeah, because
But
too many details can
clutter up a composition.
clutter up a comparison and distract from the
Hmm.
actual subject and the
Yeah.
overall feeling you want to bring over.
Hmm.
It's very
So
easy.
you
Yeah, it's very easy to
you
get
don't
lost
have
in.
to draw every scale on an
Yeah,
animal. You don't have to paint every leaf in a tree.
yeah.
Nobody will be upset with you if you leave a few details up to impressionism.
Yep.
Okay, now I'm starting to like it again. It's not by any stretch the greatest thing I've ever done, but it's an okay thing.
Mhm.
It's got a certificate of okay from me.
Oh no. I just did a flower and it looked very much like kindergarten.
Oh, oopsie.
Yeah. Let's do that again.
Alrighty. Let me add a thing to this. This might be a good one. I don't use this texture very often.
Oh, what do we have here? A cartoony sauropod by Dino Birdman. Nice. Little bit like Land Before Time. The Titanosaur version of that.
Land before Titanosaurs. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Oh, Tuat, I like that dog. Although I first thought that the sloth is actually a large bird. The snout looks a little like a beak.
I said too.
But it's a very nice avocado.
Very nice avocado. Millennials love avocados,
Yeah,
I've heard.
it's the best avocado.
All right, I guess I'll post this monstrosity in the chat.
I don't know where this obsession with avocados comes from.
Perhaps it's projection.
Yeah. Weird.
I've actually never had an avocado.
Until recently, I had also none. And then I tried
Ooh.
something and it tasted like nothing.
Oh.
At least to me.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Maybe you just had your hopes up too high.
I had no expectations whatsoever, I must say.
Oh, well, maybe. I'm gonna do another one after I post this, and hopefully it's gonna look better. This is like an experiment. An experiment.
Let's see. Is it already on Discord?
I just posted it.
Then it's not up here. Oh, there it comes. It reminds me of Aborigines.
Thank It looks like it was done on a napkin because I added a napkin texture to it.
It fits it. I like it. Also,
Hmm.
these lines and dots in uh, Tinontosaurus.
Yes.
Nice. I like that actually quite a lot. Let's give it.
Well, thank.
Let's give it a Cotylodontus.
Nice. Good. I've heard a lot about this ground sloth with osteoderms, but I've never actually looked into it.
You haven't seen yet ground slot osteoderms? I think there
I
are
haven't
quite
looked
a
into it.
few pictures online actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
I think there's even preserved skin with still embedded
Hmm.
osteoderms.
Were they embedded like under the skin, or
Yeah,
were they
yeah, yeah.
projecting from it? Okay. So they would still be
They wouldn't be visible.
obscured by like hair and stuff. They
Yeah,
wouldn't be visible in the actual animal.
yeah.
Okay, I see it now. Well, that's cool. I believe Titanosaur osteoderms were also quite well embedded within the skin.
That's definitely possible.
Hmm.
Um, have you seen this extremely spiky uh, Titanosaur on Facebook? Oh no, you weren't on Facebook. Um,
Yeah, no.
it. What was his name again? Damir, I think.
Hmm.
And it look it looks very, of course, very unlikely because
Hmm.
the skin was basically just a lot of short spines.
Hmm.
The wool body. Um,
Okay, that sounds interesting.
that looked very interesting, and I actually thought, hey, that's not so
Hmm.
unconvincing actually,
Hmm.
and I would be surprised if we would find something like that one day, at least on parts of their body, for
Hmm.
example, the legs, where
Yeah.
where it would protect them against assaults
Hmm.
from
That would be
smaller
quite
sauropods.
interesting.
Yeah,
That'd be something I would like to see.
indeed.
There's been a lot of ideas that have been proposed that I found really interesting, but unfortunately, I also found them quite unlikely.
Yeah,
And I'm like, man, this is a cool idea. I wish I wish it was more reasonable than it
I
actually
wish it
is.
was possible. Yeah,
Yeah, if only.
yeah. Oh yeah, always this little if.
Yeah, it beats at the back of your mind.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's a good brush to do this with. Hmm. Hold on. I feel like this painting should be vertically oriented.
I
What's the name of that? What's the name of that Agneriganathid from Yixian?
uh Yeholopterus.
Oh, okay, Yeholopters.
Yeah,
That is what I am doing now.
nice. I could work on this piece probably for hours, adding more and more details, but that's just not possible within a stream. So I will just color it now, and that's it. Usually I would now just add much more ferns and flowers and probably a bunch of insects and so on. Can't have everything.
Yeah, unfortunately. We've tried to have everything, but we can't.
Yeah.
Conway's Waves of Time painting is one of my favorites of his.
Oh, this is...
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I love that too.
It's quite good.
Great.
I'm a fan of it. Seems as though he has started leading a charge into a new, more impressionistic stage of paleo art.
Yep.
Which I would quite like to see.
Indeed, although it would probably not get much attention, for example, at the Lansendorf Prize or something.
Well, to be honest, I'm not very concerned with that.
No. One shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said many times, I think the Lansendorf Prize jury is sometimes a little bit biased.
I believe I have used the exact statement, more rigged than the Oscars. I did not submit anything to Lazadorf this year.
I did.
Mostly because I didn't have anything new that I think would stand a chance, but also because I don't think I have anything that would stand a chance in general.
I don't think I will be able to submit to win there at any point.
Yeah.
With my current style.
Well, if you are willing to paint exactly like Julius Satoni does, then you have a chance. Because I think he's won I think at one point he won 7 years in a row.
That's actually not possible.
Really?
Yeah. You can't win several times in a row.
Oh.
I
could have sworn that I saw his name a whole bunch of times.
You have to. You can't submit something like 3 years or so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the system is already trying to eliminate that. But for example, I think last year someone won, and I wasn't really impressed, I think, by it.
Was it thing?
I can't remember who it was. At least in the 2D category, I wasn't really.
Yeah, I think it was a sauropod painting. I also remember.
It wasn't a sauropod thing. I think it was something with the T-Rex and Dakota Raptors.
Yes,
the
Dakota Raptors
had no primaries.
Oh no.
Yeah. And
that's not good.
Really, SVP? Really?
Well, I wouldn't expect Dakota Raptor to have primaries anyway, considering it was a turtle, but I like what I'm doing right now a lot more than my other one.
Nice.
But I suppose it's up to the jury to decide. I should submit it to Lazardorf.
Hmm.
I don't think I'm even going to look at a reference for Yeholopteryx this time because what I'm doing is so impressionistic that as long as it has the vague shape of an Ignited, then it'll do.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I know what an Ignited looks like.
Are you sure?
Mm, I sure do hope. Otherwise, I'm going to be made a fool
Well,
on
there
the
are
internet.
actually some differences between the species in terms of proportions. I
Well, I
did a
still don't think with the level of expressionism that I'm doing here that it will matter too incredibly much.
I did a graphic some time ago after I did that new unirrigated Phopteros, where I put together all my unirrigateds I did so far for Pteros. Because they are directly based on the proportions are directly based on the measurements I found on the papers, and there are surely some interesting differences between them.
Mm-hmm.
For example,
Oh,
Batrachognathus has extremely short wings.
ooh, interesting. I'm going to have to be silent for just a little bit because I got to take a call, but I will be right back.
Yep. Yeah, not much more here, and I think I will be finished. Oops. Yeah, that's better, I think. Let's go back. Yeah. And as I said, I would usually now add tons and tons more details over time. Something we can maybe do here is add a little bit of a scale texture. Okay guys, you can already go ahead actually and put some more ideas into the chat. It might actually help maybe to look on Wikipedia what art styles there are, because there are quite a few. would surely help is too much. Maybe less. See, actually. Yeah. No. Ooh. A little less. Yep, like that. Here. One done. Boo, 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 boo. I think it was last year's SAP. You can look up the winners on the page of the SAP, I think, but only a few of them actually show the winning pieces. But not all avocators are born equal. Okay, good to know. Street art, graffiti, ammonite. That could actually be interesting. I guess, but tell me a few more art styles and subjects we could. I wasn't in. Oh, wait. Oh, I don't see you on the. Wait. Okay, now your headphones are off. I think you. At least I'm unmuted you.
Am I on now?
Yes, no.
Okay, good. I'm back. I took a call, and then when I came back, for some reason, none of my voice came through.
Oh, had you completely left the call or just muted yourself?
I think maybe I just muted myself, actually. That's probably why.
Because I had to unmute you again. Strange.
I tried listening to the call and then coming back as well. Oh well, I'm here now.
Yep. Someone suggested street art or graffiti for an ammonite.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Gothic Gorgonopside. Unprofessional. We already did surrealism. With the Styracosaurus. I'm thinking about doing a Gorgonopside indeed in Gothic style, but in not the modern Gothic style, but the medieval Gothic style. So maybe as a gargoyle of a Gothic cathedral.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be nice.
Native American totem pole style. I think it was Garrus who did something like that. David Hockney style.
All right. Now it's time for me to add the actual animal. Let me tell you, it's not going to blow you away.
I already know that it will blow me away. Okay.
All right. That will be in the chat soon.
Nice.
And then after that, I will probably have to leave the call to do some business. All right, there it is. My Ixionopterus.
Oh.
Nice. Quite wild what I've done there.
Indeed. It looks more like birds now.
It does. You know, in fact, it's up to interpretation what it is.
Yeah, probably. I think the wings in Euryopterus are actually longer.
Ooh. Yeah. I have to do some edits on it. All right. Well, with that, I am going to sign out of the call for tonight. It has been wonderful.
Yeah.
I will be
having you here.
No problem. I'll do my best to join in next week when the next call happens.
Yep.
And I don't have any good slogan to say while signing off, so I'm just going to say bye-bye.
Bye. See. Let's find. Here. Hmm? We'll try to make this look like a sculpture as much as possible. I might even add some pigeon poop. Okay. Oh, Guardian Croft, welcome to the stream. Yes, you should watch these more. I think I will not do so much more on this. Besides, of course, makes it more authentic. Okay, now I will have a look at the cats. We'll be back in a minute, and in the meantime you have best side at all and can post some more ideas into the chat. Okay. And I'm back. Oop. Okay. And let's have a look. Holy bird, yes. Yeah, why not? Let's do an graffiti ammonite. Let's see what could be a good. Yeah, let's use this. You know what? I start again. I should probably first. He just wants attention. Mhm.
Das Wissen halt klar, aber
Ja, geht so.
wo ist der denn?
Da unten ist noch was.
Ja.
Das ist noch relativ frisch.
Ja, eins solltest du noch.
Ja, ich habe es ein bisschen später gemacht.
Okay, wollten wir über die Zeit machen.
Hm. Hm. Let's see. going quite well. Considering that I never tried this style before.
Keinen Zweck, wir müssen ihm was mit der Spritze geben.
Ja, super.
Ja, vor allem, weil es ist schon so spät und ich muss gleich schon fast wieder aufstehen in weniger als 3 Stunden. Das ist komplett über den Zeit. Hat er überhaupt was gefressen?
Ganz bisschen.
Und Kasimir?
Oh, ganz bisschen.
Ja, was hat der gefressen?
Bisschen Trockenfutter. Oh, Egyptian creodones. That could be interesting. Yeah, they'll have a street art ammonite. No, not sure. It's a great idea actually.
Scheiße, ey, ich kann nicht mehr.
Was suchst du denn?
Ich muss jetzt noch Futter machen.
Will be a little bit loud now. Oh, Tuart. Art about art is actually raise a common theme in art since the Renaissance. Please post some more suggestions. I will be back in a few minutes. I have to help my sister.
Okay, die anderen Spritzen.
Eine habe ich gerade noch benutzt. Wo hast du hingestellt?
Da.
Ach, minimalism could be great. Boo, 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 boo. Yes, minimalism. Let's see what could be nice in minimalism. Minimalistic painting. Let's do T-Rex. In minimalism. Yeah. Nearly. Finished. It's a nice thing about minimalism. It's often very quick to do, but usually I know minimalistic artists that do 100 paintings and maybe one of them they like. Okay. What could we do next? Yeah, that's how easy it is to make a T-Rex. I think I still like this idea of Egyptian paleo art. Or maybe stuff like Japanese landscape painting. Kandinsky would also be interesting. I'm just going through that big book here. There are surely a few styles that are rather unfitting for paleo art, but it's usually possible. I think we will do this one and then maybe one more, then we will end the stream. Let me look at some. I hope I will find some Egyptian. Ah, yes, here. Of course. Question of what species should be depicted in Egyptian style. Although it should be mentioned that there is not one Egyptian style, but there are regional differences, and of course it changes over time. For example, when the Greek took over Egypt, or later Rome, the art style often changed quite a lot too. There are beautiful portraits of people on coffins from that Hellenistic, that Greek time, and they are among the few still remaining examples of ancient painting. There were apparently quite a lot of paintings back then, but they just didn't survive into our time. So that's why the history of painting usually begins in medieval times. Stygimoloch or Spinosaurus? Stygimoloch, I don't like doing Stygimoloch because it's a juvenile Pachycephalosaurus, most likely, no matter what Jurassic World wants to tell you. Good night, Juan. Have a good one. Now let's do Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus fits well, although we already did a Spinosaurus on a stream. I think it was even the first stream. see. Just show parts of painting here. Oh no, actually. Like that. Ah, hi Tara. Welcome to the stream. So yes, drawing parallel lines is difficult. Oh, I hate to do this so much. Why am I doing this again? This would be much easier on paper. I can tell you that. Much easier. What else? Oh yeah, let's color it. Not perfect, as you see. But it works. Just some simple lines. You would think that's not so difficult, but apparently it is. Okay. I would really like to add a lot more details to this, but we are running short on time. Oh. Oops. I think yep. Looks old enough for me. Yeah, but because these digital tools are usually too clean to replicate the feeling. Yes, it's the real Spinosaurus aegyptiacus. Yep. Okay, one last little sketch, I would say, and then let's go to bed. Closing the window. It's getting a little cold here. Munching some small tomatoes. Thanks, Stuart. I appreciate it. D-Long, okay. Old bestiary, medieval style Dimetrodon. I think we already did that during the retro stream, something in that direction. The problem is, of course, that there is not that one medieval style. There are huge differences, regional as well as through time. D-Long in Chinese, that could be nice. Yeah. Let's see. Probably Japanese ink drawing are even a better. Let's see. There are a lot of I have a different program where you can work with pretty nice ink brushes, but I don't want to open that now. I will probably need to work with some brush dynamics. Oh wait, let's... Where do we have a nice example of? Nice example of Chinese or Japanese ink painting slash drawing. Too many pictures. Oh, oof, let's just first start with laying down some lanes. Mhm. See. Dynamics. Mhm. That could already work. Yeah. Nope. Yes, that's useful. Should probably zoom out a little. Again, something that would look better on paper where I have more control. these ink pictures are something I could do for hours, but only 10% or so would turn out okay, I think. At least in my eyes. When you look in my on my channel, there is actually a video where I do nothing else but draw pterosaurs in this style. Yeah, I think that's enough actually. There you have it. Something very simple and minimalistic. Oh, something I could use, try actually is also nice. Now we come better. Nearly how I want it. Yep, good enough. Yep, enough. Enough. Yep. Okay, and saved. The brownie wolf, I don't know where you are. I think that's something you have to figure out yourself. Okay, that was the last sketch of the stream. Let's go quickly over the stuff we did. we started with this cubistic entelodon. Oh. Then continued with a surreal Styracosaurus, then an expressionistic Giraffe Titan. Next we had an Iguanodon in Art Nouveau style, loosely. It would need a lot more details to be truly Art Nouveau, but well. And Gothic Gorgonopsid Gargoyle, Graffiti Ammonite, a very minimalistic T-Rex, an Egyptian Spinosaurus, and now we just, oops, if I deleted something, apparently. Okay. You get the idea. Yeah, and now the last one was a D-Long in Japanese or Chinese ink style. Very minimalistic. Yeah, okay guys. That's it for today. Tomorrow we will continue with the normal stream, same time, same place. Yep. I hope you found fun. Please like, share, and subscribe, and click on the little bell. Yep. See you next time. Or not. Who knows?